What is up, guys? My name is Kameding, and today I have for you guys the top 5 best base locations in France. Now, I've been playing this map and I've been tracking and seeing where the best base locations are, where I'm seeing bases frequently pop up, and where the best loot is, some hidden base locations. I got some community feedback from my own community as well, so I have a lot of good information for you guys, and you guys should be able to find a good base location off this video. I have 5 base locations, and honestly, any one of these will do perfectly fine for you. Every single one will be perfect and will suit your needs of not getting raided. That is the whole point, to try and not get raided. Some of these base locations are meant to just be close to loot, some are meant to be more hidden. There's something for everyone. So just sit back, relax, enjoy this episode, and we're gonna go over the top 5 base locations in France. Now, the first base location is right here, and why I chose this location, you can tell that it's very flat. You can make a pretty hefty, pretty big base right here, and you can go all the way if you'd like and actually build the base starting over here, whatever you really want. But why I chose this location, you can see where it is on the map. It is right here, and why I chose this location right here is it was between Paris and Verdun Air Base, the 2 best locations to build next to. Although this base isn't hidden at all, and you are going to probably get a lot of confrontation with this base, which is why I have it as my first base location showing off. But Paris has everything you need. Adding on that with the Verdun Air Base, you get all your military loot, you have your food, you have your clothing, use literally nothing else you need. Everything is in these 2 locations. You can skim down the map to only be these 2 locations and you will survive just fine, I am telling you. So this is the first location. Let's head over to number 2. The second base location is this peninsula right here. And why I like this peninsula is because you have 2 islands. This island and this island. So if you get a boat, which boats do spawn on this island, you get a boat over here, you have access to 2 more islands, as well as this beautiful, beautiful peninsula. It is pretty hidden. As you go to ground level, you can see that nothing can really see you, so it is fairly hidden. But if you want to be even more hidden, what I found out and what I've seen a couple people actually do is build a base right along this rock patch. You don't need to make a big base, just a nice little base with a few lockers on this rock patch. You're going to be very hidden from up here. And what is up here is, I'll show you where I am. I am on the Continental Arsenal. My name is blocking the name of the city, sadly, but this right here, this peninsula and right here is a great place to build, and this loot spawn is fantastic. You're gonna have everything you need, as you can just tell with all the military spawns. Everything you will ever need is in this one little place. There is military spawns in here for days. Let's head over in here and you will see there will probably be a couple guns in here. There's a peacemaker right there. I saw 2 peacemakers and an empire last time I was here. But essentially you will just never run out of loot. So much military loot spawns right here. And what's good is you have that little bit of food as well. Like I said, this is honestly a really good base location once again for the place that it's at, with a lot of loot right here, and it's still fairly hidden, because if someone is running around on this street going to loot this beautiful place, they're not going to think about running towards the peninsula. No one really does that. Even if they're running on the side of this, no one's going to look over this. I wonder what's over here. No one really does that, honestly, just to think about as a survival perspective. You're looking to get loot and run, get loot, go back to your base. Unless you're going out looking for raids, but honestly, you're going to be fairly hidden over here. Going on to the next base location, we're just getting more and more hidden. And this water bank is actually an insane place to build, and like I said, very, very hidden. Once again, rocks covering where you're going to build your base. You can build your base right on this sand, although it is slanted, but you could have a pretty nice base going on over here. A little 2x2, fairly tall, 2 stories, and you will be completely hidden. Right here is where I am, Pont du Gard, and I'm talking about building right here, where my mouse is hovering and moving back and forth. right here is where I'm talking about building, and it is a really good loot spawn. And as you can just see from the map, there's nothing that's gonna really be able to see you. Obviously, no one's gonna really be going in this corner of the map. If anyone's gonna be able to see you, it's gonna be from this dead zone. And that's what's perfect about this base location right here. If you get a boat somehow, or you can really just swim over, get a gas mask and you can just swim or boat all the way over to this beautiful dead zone and get a ton of loot, base back to your fairly hidden base, and you're good to go. And the second side of things, if we just run right over here, going through the rocks and going up this hill, you will see that there is a little town right here. And this town has nothing special, but it gets your food necessities out of the way. And as you can see, some clothing as well. We got backpacks, all the food items that we need, food for days, more clothing. Head over to this other place. Once again, more food, more clothing. Heading over to the second house. Once again, more food and more clothing. Everything you ask for, food and clothing. It's very, very important. Turn those clothing into cloth. Turn that food into hunger points, and you'll be good to go. Another hidden spot next to a fairly small town that no one's going to really go by. You should be good at this base location. Now, the next two I have are much more hidden. And this is our fourth base location. As you can tell, we're building next to the pit with all of that metal right down here. Now, I love this base location for a lot of reasons. Firstly, let's start off with it's right next to the Verdun air base, but it's far enough out that you don't really have to worry about a ton of intruders coming to invade your perfect, beautiful home. As you can tell, the pit is right here, that pit that we just went inside. And this whole location is a good place to build. Firstly, what we could even do is put some floors right here and build across the pit. Then you can have a base from the top down. This location can make into an awesome base, and it can be metal. Now you might be thinking, I'm a little scared because there's metal. A lot of other people know that there is metal right here, so they might come to, get some metal, and then they'll see that you have a base over here. Well, fear not. If you are fearing that, well then dip this place right here, and instead just go a little more northeast over here, so you're even more hidden. And yes, you are allowed to go over here. None of this is barricaded. So then instead you can build a base right in this pit and no one will be able to see you. Let's say you build right here. If you're wondering where I am now, I am around here. So let's say I build right there. No one is going to be able to see you. Let's look up. And we are very far, so whoever's getting the metal is going to get the metal and dip. Whoever's going to the military place is going to go to the military place and dip. No one's going to really think about going way over here, but little do they know you have a nice metal, because of those metal nodes, metal base location right here. And you're just walking distance, a little 2-minute walking distance from the military base, from Verdun Air Base. And just like my other location, what's great about this, if you do build up here, we just run down this beautiful hill and we get to another nice little campground, which has none other than clothes and food. Once again, food for days, so you never have to worry about food if you're building right here. Very nice base location, and it is 100% an option. If you want to build up there, feel free to. If you want to build down here, feel free to. Any of those options are very, very good. It's going to be very, very hidden. It's going to be metal. You're going to have access to food. What more can you ask for? The biggest part of this, it is hidden, especially if you go way up here. And the number one base location is right where my man's is standing. This right here is probably one of the most secluded base locations that I could find. And it's not just hidden, but it's hidden with a ton of room. And not just any room, but flat. Like, this is extremely flat. It is very, very flat. If you go all the way up here, you can just see, finally I'm under, then I'm not under, and I'm under. This is extremely flat ground. You can make a huge base on this, about maybe 3 or 4 stories, and still no one will be able to see you. Where am I exactly? I'm right here, Mount Blanc, but extremely east. This location right here is so secluded because who really goes to Mount Blanc? maybe a couple people, especially for quests, and there is, I guess, some loot at Mount Blanc if you're really on your way to go to the dead zone. I don't see why not you go through Mountain Blanc, but either way, you're going to be very hidden from everything. No one's going to go to this border, but yet you have so much room to build out this border that it's not even funny. You have this huge hill covering you, you have a nice little mountain covering you that way, you have a nice little mountain covering you that way. It's a literal pit in the snow. That's gonna be a perfect place to build a base. And if you wanna be safe, just build it single story. But of course, whenever there's a hidden base, there's always the cons. And the con of this is that you're next to practically nothing. I mean, you're kind of close to the dead zone. You're not too far from Paris. That is true, but it's still a far distance from literally everything. All of our other base locations, which you can see on the screen right now, were next to something nice, next to a really nice military base, next to both Paris and a military base, next to the Arsenal, which is a military spawned location, and next to Pont du Gard, which was once again next to that dead zone. So this is the most secluded base location that I have on this list, and honestly I gotta say it's the best because it is the most hidden, and the most hidden is what you want in Unturned, or you will most likely be raided. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're looking for a survival server on the France map, make sure to join my server, True Survival. I love to see people building in these base locations, and if you do, maybe I'll pay you a visit and say what's up. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, do you agree with these base locations or do you hate them? Also comment down below any other base locations that you would like the public to know about to, help the community. Like the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new. My name is Kameding, and I am out of here. And until next time, I will see you guys later.